So you're embarking on a website design project, and one of the questions that I often get is whether or not you should use a freelancer or an agency like ours at Creative. There are sometimes a freelancer is a great pick for a company, and we just want to make sure that before anybody chooses the path they go down, they understand the pros and cons for each one. So for a freelancer, some of the pros obviously are in terms of if you know you want something to look a certain way or you really want to drive the ship the way that you want it, a lot of times a freelancer is going to be much more flexible than an agency who wants to help lead the strategy in terms of how things are going to need to be done. On the flip side of that, the timeline is tough. A lot of times a freelancer may have a lot of things going on or be working full time and nights and weekends be working on your project. And what you'll see is a lot of project delays. Very often freelancers miss some components. So they may be very good at, let's say, design or development or content, and they aren't great at everything. So the entire site is not perfect from the sense of all those different factors to consider. And their expertise in those areas may be limited. So they may be, like I said, very good at design, and the design looks great, but technically and functionally it's not built on the best platform, or it has some bugs and issues as it might come to responsive and website specific layouts on mobile devices. Now, an agency, on the flip side, the pros are you get that depth of experience. So an agency like ours, we have somebody that knows SEO, somebody that knows design and user experience and content marketing and strategy and technology and development. So they're all different skill sets that come together to make sure that you don't miss any of those things. So the expertise depth is very important. A lot of times agencies like ours have a very refined process for how they go through things. So the output is great and we don't miss things as we go through. As well as technology. Like for us, we have technology that we reuse on an ongoing basis. And so we're able to maximize the value of what we do for a client. Even though our hourly rate might be higher, we're able to deliver something that's of higher value to our clients. On the flip side of that, cost can definitely be a factor. And I mean, an agency definitely has some higher cost than a freelancer. And you do have less control when you work with an agency, or at least one like ours, where we want to be strategic. We see ourselves as the experts and we want to be entrusted to do what we feel is like the right and best thing for your website. That being said, costs should really be looked at as an investment. A website can return a lot more of the investment back if it's done properly. There are some things to consider, such as the technology that you integrate and how you integrate, for example, lead generation with some of your CRM tools, and doing that properly that increases the value of the site and makes it more of an investment than an expense. You want to think about your design and your user experience towards conversion and make sure, especially for a B2B website or an e-commerce B2C website, that you're trying to make sure that the design is done in a way that influences conversion, gets more traffic to the site, gets more conversion, helping the business grow. And then content and SEO is extremely important these days. If you work with a freelancer that doesn't know how to shape the content and organize the content in a meaningful way, and also doesn't know how to optimize the content for search engines, you might launch a website, not see it come up on Google, and not understand that you hired a designer that maybe doesn't know the SEO aspects of a website that's really important. And then beyond the website, one other factor that we consider is how are you going to use the website on an ongoing basis? Do you feel like you're going to be posting to the website and then posting from your social media accounts back to the website? And does the website have those features and functionality to make sure that you're doing that properly, either through like a blog or a resource center or service pages or something like that? So we always think about the strategy behind the website before we do a website project, so that once we're marketing a website after it's launched, we really think about everything that it's going to be used for to maximize the value of the investment in a website project. Hopefully this is helpful. Happy to talk and see if the path for you is right. We do work with many freelancers that we refer work out to if it's not the right fit for us, but we're always happy to work with somebody when we feel like an agency is the right choice, and specifically our agency is. Thanks for listening.